What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Electro Lurker. It's been a while, I know, but the purpose of this Electro Lurker, I think we all know at this point about all the news with Vertify USA and how Texas has also been given a license. So the purpose of this Electro Lurker is more so a State of the Union address. Just like how the President delivers a State of the Union address. I've never actually seen one of these State of the Union addresses, but I would imagine that he talks about the State of the Union. So that's what this is. So first, let's just take a trip all the way back 5 years ago. Let's do a bit of a time machine warp all the way back 5 years ago, back to 2006. So 2006, that was the year that electro dancing or tectonic became mainstream after JJ posted the famous garage video. Then we moved to 2007. 2007, that was the year where tectonic dominated. That was the year where the old style dominated. You had all the hairstyles with the Euro mullet like this, all the arm stockings and everything, the white jeans. 2008, that was kind of a year of transition. So when it started out, it was still very much the old style, the old way. But then towards the end of 2008, that's when you had people like Anakin coming in, starting to lay the foundations of what would eventually become the modern style of electro dancing. 2009, that was basically a year of establishment. That was a year where the modern style was firmly established. There was the twilight or the tail end of the tectonic era. That was also a year where all these Russian guys became big celebrities. 2010, last year, that was the year of finesse. So coming into 2010, last year, the modern style was already established, and it was all about then adding the finesse, so the beat variations, the intricate moves, the highly technical moves. That was last year. And then now 2011, we're halfway through the year. I think it's safe to say at this point that 2011 is the year of fusion. So let me just state what fusion is. There's a difference between fusing and stitching. So if you look back in this channel, you see that I did a commentary during the World Championships of a match between Sabra and Vortex. And when Vortex started out, I can't remember this guy's name, but he started out by doing kind of a 30-second tutting combo and then going into electro dancing, and that's stitching. Fusing, on the other hand, is what Sabra was doing during that match, where they were basically integrating house dancing and a bit of voguing, a bit of whacking, a bit of hip-hop into the actual electro dancing to create something new. Now, there's always been dancers throughout history that have done fusion. For example, in the United States, House of Electro, they've always fused voguing with electro dancing. That's also one of the reasons why I wanted to start up a House of Electro here, was because I thought they were doing something really interesting. But now I think that instead of just a handful of people doing it, it's starting to become the norm. And we started seeing this last year when Itchy and Miel made that video in London where Itchy was doing house lofting. And this year, of course, during the World Championships, that's when it really became apparent, when Sabra was doing some pretty insane level of fusion. And then about a month ago, there was a battle between Naeem and Saku, where Naeem actually did the move that characterizes New Wave voguing. 30 seconds into the match, he did a death drop, which is one of the main moves of New Wave voguing. And then, of course, we have the latest edition, the Tima video, which I think is one of the best videos of all time. And this video contains a high level of fusion. So that's why I think it's safe to say at this point that this is the year of fusion. This is the year where fusion has become part of the dance. I think that now a lot of dancers too are starting to move away from the style of last year. Last year the music was all a lot of fast foot, DJ Solvay, a lot of that really fast electro with all the variations. But I think now that fusion is coming in, dancers are starting to move away from that. For example, a few weeks ago, Tima actually made a status update asking people to show him Deep House. It's still on his page. I actually showed him 5 really good songs and he came in, he's like, yeah, Actually, I'm just looking for this one artist. So yeah, but he started dancing over deep house, and I think a lot of other dancers are as well. So my advice for all the people in the United States enrolled in Vertify, if you haven't started doing fusion yet, or if you don't know any other styles of dancing, I would say don't worry about it now, because Vertify USA is just around the corner here. So I think right now just focus all your energy on learning whatever style it was you were learning before, because I think it's probably better to master an older style of electro dancing than to come in and do a sloppy new style of electro dancing. So that's my advice to the Vertified USA dancers. And yeah, I think this is hands down the Air Fusion. Also in other news, as some of you might know, Timo was in the United States recently, and we finally found out what happened to Belka. Apparently Belka now, she teaches belly dancing. She still shows up to some electro dancing events, but mainly she's just all about belly dancing now. So we finally solved that mystery. So yeah, Vertify USA, the California edition is in August. I don't know when the Texas edition is, but it's definitely going to be a wild time. So see you next time on the Electro Lurker. Peace.